All right. Well, welcome to InHerThought.s podcast. I'm Sierra, and then we have Aoife. Please introduce yourself. Yeah.
For our first podcast, we have
God. Getting manhandled. Right.
Oh.
Do we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
I'm on deck.
I'm Keon.
I'm Josh.
Love.
Love.
I think for today we're going to mostly talk about ins and outs of the 2024 year and whatever that meant into manifesting.
Yeah.
How our year went. And it's just basically a recap.
Basically, yeah. We're going to start with like a list. You have the list.
I do have a list that I curated with my therapist. That was the last time I actually saw her. So this is how you know the list is good.
The list is good.
The list is good because I haven't seen her since. Okay.
We don't know if that's actually a good or bad thing. Because we mean by that was a year ago.
No. You know what? I've actually been quite at peace with my life.
Okay.
So
That's good to hear.
yes, thankfully. Okay. I mean, I feel like the most important one right now would be self-support. I feel like self-support, which is basically meaning like not depending on people for how you feel emotionally, physically, or even just spiritually. I feel like there was a trend where a lot of the time, like, oh, you blame your friend for how you feel, or like in a reaction, the way you react. I've been blamed for other people's reactions before, so I just want to know how you guys feel about that.
That's real. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just started laughing because I glitched in my mind. No, like that happened to me literally this summer. Friendships were always an issue with me. I had a friend get mad at me because I told her that like I'm here for you no matter what. Cause she basically posted on her story like, oh, nobody's here for me. So I messaged her. I was like, hey girl, like I'm here for you. And then she's like, I hear you, but I don't see that. I was like, oh.
Damn.
Right.
I was like,
Damn.
oh, so how did this become my fault?
Yeah.
And then after it, she's like, nobody's there for me. And then I'm like, oh, so now you're projecting everything on me. My bad. I was here trying to help. And like, just like, because I saw you seeking out help. So I just reached out. But that was like not what she needed.
Yeah, there was definitely lacking some like emotional accountability on her part.
And
I remember
emotional
when this
maturity.
happened. Yeah.
I was so confused. That made me so mad. That made me so mad. So mad. I hate when people piss me off for no reason. Cause I try to be a calm person. Like, don't make me mad.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Any friendships?
I think I had a similar situation. Last year around like December, I was best friends with somebody in high school, and basically I feel like low-key she just didn't really like me because she just kept bringing up the fact that like she thinks that I was making fun of her or some shit, but like literally nobody said anything. You know what I mean? Like when I tell you nobody said anything,
that
it's
happened
like,
to
are you
me.
schizophrenic, my nigga? Like, are you okay? Like, I'm so sorry, I'm scared. Like, I'm actually scared. And so basically she'll bring up like when I tell her, oh, can I hang out with you on this day? She'll bring up like some shit that happened literally a few months ago, and I thought that shit was dead. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm not talking about this anymore. If you want to talk about this? Let's talk about this in person. And then I just gagged her so hard in like one big ass paragraph just saying, bro, if you don't trust me, that's your problem. I'm not telling you. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, I actually begged for you? I'm sorry. And so she just like left me on red because I literally gagged her that hard.
Real.
That shit just made me mad because it's like we're actually sisters. Like you
Yeah.
just ruined an actually perfectly good friendship because you cannot communicate.
Real.
What can I do about that? I'm not gonna beg for you. I'm not gonna suck your dick till it's dry, bro. I'm so sorry.
Everyone felt that in their soul.
Are you crazy?
Oh, that happens
That's
to
real
my
as
friend.
fuck,
Sure
though.
does. I think you're being mean right now.
Like,
Mid-conversation.
yeah.
Oh.
That's a you problem. That's a you problem, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, for me, it was just the fact that you do everything for one person, and then they don't realize that they don't see it. They take it for granted.
Yeah.
My friend, well, ex-friend, she basically just said I wasn't there for her. I'm a horrible friend, whatever, for not sticking by her, even though I've done literally everything for her. You feel me? And it was just kind of like a spit in the mouth, for real. She came back, though. It's okay. She was just like, oh, I realized I was wrong. I didn't mean what I said.
Spin back is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't get enough of Keon Jones, you feel me? But she
Free card, man.
she
That's
did.
like spitting in the
No.
mouth.
It's a freaky on.
Yeah, free card.
crazy, but she did say some hurtful things. That's why I keep her at a distance now.
Mm-hmm.
But she is back, but it's just
Like
when you say some things, you can't take some
no,
things.
like
back.
Yeah.
boundary wise,
You feel
like
me?
how bad did she like?
Oh, it was bad.
Damn.
It was bad. And like I remember like even cutting some people off to protect her. Like the situation was fucked up.
Damn, that's
You feel me? And for her to
crazy.
go say that, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Anyways, it was a
Ugh.
messy
It's
situation.
actually better than me. I would have cut that girl off. I'm sorry. Because now you can actually put some voodoo on me. Like now it's like,
Yeah.
now it's probably like evil eye.
You know, it definitely is. She caught me at the bar. That's how we kind of came in contact again. She was just like, "Oh my God, Keon, how are you?"
She was planning on that shit.
I was just at the
Definitely
bar.
planning on that shit.
She was, you know what I'm saying? She was with her friend. I'm with some people.
She saw your
and all that.
location.
She's like,
Yeah.
She must, cause she tapped me on my shoulder. I turn around, she's smiling, she's in heart. I'm like, aren't you the same girl that?
Yeah, it's like I thought we weren't friends no more.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, before I get heated.
She's already like.
Definitely like dependency was like something that I wanted to get rid of, or like just be less dependent on other people based on my like for like how I felt, especially because at the beginning of the year I lived in a completely different city, so like being alone, like it was like I had all this time to like what's it called, like because I'm an overthinker, I overthink a lot, so I would depend on like other people to like regulate my emotions. But then when I'm like when I'm telling someone everything that's going on in my life and expecting them to like basically tell me how to handle it properly, like it's also depending on them too much. Like it's a lot to basically put the entire like thought process of like, oh, this is everything I'm going through right now, you figure it out for me. But it's also like for certain people, like they're able to do that in moderation and also be like they're able to tell you like, oh Josh, like actually you should figure this part out on your own, But I had like experiences where people would basically not communicate that maybe I was being a bit too much, and then crashing out on me when they're like, oh, I can't handle this, I'm not your therapist, and I'm like,
I'm not your therapist.
Word.
Is kind of.
Yeah.
I've heard that sentence like by 4 different people now, and I'm like, all
Yeah.
right. But obviously that made me reflect a little bit. I'm like, maybe I'm treating people like therapists, but also maybe I'm trusting the wrong people with like sensitive information.
No,
I think
for
people
sure.
like definitely like villainize therapy speech real bad. Like they weaponize. They weaponize therapy speech all the time. I'm tired of hearing you're gaslighting me when you don't even know what gaslighting means.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a form of abuse. Let's think about it before we just say things.
Yeah.
But that's real. Like I get scared of like putting too much on people. That's why then I tend to back away. But then afterwards I feel so much. Then it like reflects in like how I treat myself, and then like people can see that I'm not okay. You know?
100%. That literally happened to me, and I was talking to one of my best friends about it yesterday, and he was like, Josh, I think you did like a pendulum swing of like how you regulated your emotions. You went from like giving everything to everyone, or like giving everything to like a few people, to giving nothing, and then it like both ways led me to crash out. Like one, I was getting crashed on by my friend, and then here when I would like not talk to anyone about anything, and like kind of just like not actually dealing with it, because both ways I'm not dealing with it myself, but it's either that I'm giving it to someone else to deal with, or I'm not dealing with it at all. And then it caused me to like basically my emotions started to build up to the point where someone did something really small to me and I completely crashed out.
Yeah.
And like
that
multiple
happens to me all
people
the
that
time.
day were like, yo, are you okay? Like I've like, what is wrong
Like,
with
why are
you?
you mad?
Like,
Yeah.
Who got you mad?
And I
like
think
this?
that a lot is a big like, I don't know how exactly put this in perspective, but self-supporting means much more than just depending on people. It's about like thinking it through before you talk to someone about it. I think that's what people tend to like, oh, let me just talk to my friend about it immediately, and then they crash out with their friend, putting like their friend in pressure, being where a lot of people will be like, well, I'm not your therapist, I don't want to hear about this. And a lot of the time I think it's because we don't take the time to self-reflect exactly what we're going through and how we're feeling. So we put, it's not even a burden, but we put on our friends so much. Like if I'm like, Aoife, I'm going through such a hard time right now, but I didn't sit and reflect with how I was feeling, my emotions could almost like impact you. I know that I'm very empathetic, and when my friends come to me, it's like I almost feel what they're feeling because I'm just so connected with them and I'm so close to the people I'm close with. So when I come to my friends, and like I expect the same reaction from them. So if I don't sit and reflect, in like language is power too. Like if I talk shit about someone or I'm being mean to someone behind their back, like that just reflects me and how I'm feeling at the time. So self-supporting for me is more than just talking to my friend about it or using my friend as a therapist. It's about like sitting and thinking through what I'm actually feeling before putting it into the world, because manifestation's also huge. If I keep talking shit about myself or to other people about how I'm feeling, it reflects, one, who I am as a person, and two, how I'm feeling and what I'm putting into the universe. Like, that's just
like constantly telling yourself you're such an idiot for sure. Like, you're such a this, such a that. Like, no.
And like being able to just sit there with your emotions and being able to tell yourself that you're wrong. Sometimes is also a good thing.
Being wrong is healthy, guys.
Being
like,
wrong,
it's so hard sometimes
recognizing
to be
that you're wrong.
When you're mentally ill and always anxious, it's like when you make a mistake, it feels like everything is over. Like, everything is over. Everybody hates me. Like, nothing is ever going to be okay. Like, I'm the worst person ever. Because I think also people don't give that much grace or like empathy or like understanding at all. Especially when you need it the most.
Yeah, and not all your friends need to be your therapist friends. Like, not all your friends can, one, carry that emotion of you, and you can't demand someone to be that friend for you. It's like me and Aoife have this thing going. It's like, you can talk to me, I can talk to you about whatever we want, and it's fine. But if I were to demand that to my other friends, I can't expect them to give me the same thing. It's just, that's where I think a lot of the time where the I'm not your therapist comes into play, because you're just talking to the wrong people.
Yeah, you're just talking to
It's like, not all your friends need to be that emotionally connected to you, because like another podcast topic I was just saying was like, your friends maybe don't want the same things as you, and they're not demanding the same things as you to their other friends. That's why I always say, well, I have a friend to do this, and I have a friend to do this, and I have another friend to go out and do whatever. But like, that's why I'm not a group person anymore. It's like, I have like my individual friends to do certain things, and I can just carry on with my life, and there's almost no drama, because all my friends do different things and purpose of my life for different reasons. So that is also how I like self-support myself. It's like, maybe a group setting is not the best for me. Because I like doing things individually with people.
And like group settings sometimes can get so stressful because we're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to talk to this person. I hate this person. I'm like, I don't want to deal with the trauma, guys. Like, I will actually leave right now. But next topic.
Okay, this one might be a fun one. I'll give two, and we can choose which one we want to delve into. Because one is more like relationship based, as in like dating. And then one's another kind of more fun-ish topic, but I think the relationship one would be interesting because it also applies to friends.
Okay, what's the relationship one?
It's called the 48-hour rule. And it's when, let's say you get into a fight with someone. You shouldn't give it more than 48 hours to calm down before you talk about it. A lot of people, I find, take too long to talk about it, and then it's just, well, you know, it happened so long ago.
Yeah, I was like, who cares?
But then that builds up like resentment. And like, the friendship doesn't work after that. But in relationships, specifically when you're dating someone, you should not give it more than 48 hours to talk about what's happening. Because there's just so many problems with it.
You'll like end up hating the person.
Yeah, and especially when you're talking about different attachment styles in friendships and relationships, if one's avoidant and one's anxious, having too much space is not good. And it gives so much anxiety to the relationship. It puts so much tension for no reason. And my therapist said this. She said, 48-hour rule unless someone's emotional safety isn't guaranteed. If I were to go to my boyfriend and he is still so pissed off with something I did, let's say, if what's going to happen from the conversation is not going to be healthy, we wait longer. Like, if the person's not mentally at the stage to talk about it yet, because it's going to be an unhealthy conversation, it's going to be back and forth fighting again, there's no point of having the conversation, because it's just going to fuel more into like hate and name calling and whatever. Especially with girl friendships. I don't know how it is with men. With girls, if the girl is not ready to talk about it, she will be so mean and feisty, and the entire point of the conversation will be who can hurt the other person the most. Because like, women use language so precisely that it's, when a woman calls me a bitch, it's like, it hurts so much deeper than when a man calls me a bitch.
That's probably the only thing you can think of.
So it's like, if I'm having a fight with my friend and I go into the conversation 48 hours later, and she's not at the same emotional capacity than I am, and I'm ready to sit down and negotiate something and she isn't. What's the point of having the conversation?
Yeah.
It's like you both have to come to a consensus that, like, yes, let's talk about it in 48 hours. Like, calm down, think about it in 2 days. And that should be more than enough. It, like, prevents overthinking. It prevents, like, creating a situation that's not the reality.
Yeah.
And it also prevents just, like, prolonging fighting or thinking about bringing up something else that has no correlation with what we're fighting about.
That happens all the time in our
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like randomly somebody's like, well, you did
Yeah.
this. That was like 4 months ago.
Yeah, and it's like,
Yeah.
if you didn't talk to me about it in those 48 hours, then I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is
What
to
do you
me.
think about 48 hours?
Can we hear the other topic before we
Yeah.
get into the
Okay,
48 hour rule?
the other topic was I wanted to do more art appreciation because I think it tingles your brain differently.
What do you mean?
Like going to museums or like listening to different types of music that like isn't mainstream. Like maybe more classical music or more, maybe not classical.
For your brain?
Yeah, like things that are healthy for your brain or like learning a new art form or learning a new instrument. It's like appreciating art differently that's not just on your phone or like your everyday thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense for you guys.
I mean, I find myself like just naturally trying to like explore new music genres, right?
Mhm.
Like I'll randomly, especially like I don't know, like I never want to be that person who like only listens to one genre,
Mhm.
you know, where I can't like, because I was at one point that guy who like exclusively listened to like rap music, and anytime someone else played anything else different in the car or something, I'd be like, turn this shit off, like this is disgusting. I don't want to hear it. Play some Travis Scott. Like
Play some Travis Scott.
Play
was, like,
some
16,
Travis
okay? I was,
Scott.
like, 16.
No.
Play some Travis Scott.
okay, I was like 16, right? Relax.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I think as I grew
You're so
older,
cutesy.
I like try to expand my horizons a bit more. Out here listen to like J-pop, Ethiopian jazz. Especially from different countries, because I feel like my
Ethiopian jazz.
yeah, what you know about Ethiopian jazz? Come on, man.
Okay, Ethiopian
If that
jazz.
shit hits. When I really need to lock in, you'll see me like hoodie on, earphones blasting
Damn.
Ethiopian jazz.
I might have to
I'm gonna have
take
to-
a listen
Yeah,
later.
It's so good. From,
Wow.
like the 60s, like. Just
Oh, I'm a
vibes.
big
Oh.
60s music fan in general.
Yeah.
60s, 70s, the vibes are just insane. Even 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even 40s,
Even,
30s
okay, let's
even.
push.
Even
Even 20s.
20s, 10s, why not?
Oh my god, I was listening to compositions too at one point.
Really?
It's really nice when it just comes to like the voices.
You sound schizophrenic.
Like with sometimes like so many things is going on in your
Yeah,
brain, like and you
yeah.
need things to like quiet down. Like I was
Yeah.
using like brown noise music or like white noise music, but composition be
Yeah.
a good little.
I think a lot of people ignore the frequencies that music are made to. Like, there's some artists or like some music genres that if you keep listening to it, like I said, I believe heavily in like manifestation.
Mhm.
Like if I'm constantly listening to a person who's rapping, let's say about like how they talk about women or like just like things that I don't align with, to me, why would I be listening to that on the daily if I don't align myself with whatever they're
That's
rapping
why I don't
about?
listen to Chris Brown or Tory Lanez because
Yep.
I think
Heavy
that
on Tory Lanez.
Heavy on Tory
That nigga
Lanez and Chris Brown. Heavy on Chris Brown.
I don't. Yeah, I was
I
actually like the other day I went to my friend's like karaoke like birthday thing. There were a lot of Chris Brown songs. Like y'all still
Yeah.
rock with Chris Brown? Like,
Yeah. No,
did
I
he
don't
not
know.
like beat the shit out of Rihanna?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's not like, did we read the police report because he almost killed her?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
he almost
continued to do
killed-
Yeah.
shit. It
he
wasn't
con-
just like, oh, that was in 2009. Like,
Mad
he
people were
continued to do
were
shit.
like talking about his concert, saying they went, and I was like, yeah, unfollow. My bad. Like I didn't know y'all rock like that.
Like let's
That's just
Brown.
yeah, no. That's like
And it's also the girlies.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Yeah.
girls root for Chris Brown. It's
yeah.
bad. It's
Yeah.
bad. I know too many girls who listen to Chris Brown religiously.
Oh my god, wait, did you see that one thing on the shade room with this girl? She went
That's
to
the shade room.
No, the shade room is actually whoever runs
The shade room
needs
is
to go to jail.
Anti-black.
You actually need to go to jail
Anti-black.
immediately, actually. But like basically,
Thank you.
they posted a girl who was like making these pictures with Chris Brown like at a meet and greet, like really explicit, because you can do any like pose you want with him apparently.
Of course.
And then next thing you know, literally the next day she gets married.
Nah.
She gets married. Can you imagine?
That's crazy.
you
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If my fiance went to a Chris Brown meet and greet the day before our wedding,
Like you're done.
Yeah,
you're
no.
done.
You're
You're
done.
You're cooked.
You're done. You're done.
Matter of fact, like at the church,
Exit.
they say, "Will you take her as your wife?" I'm putting that shit on the fucking screen,
Like-
and I'm saying, "Fuck no."
Nah.
Anyone has objections? It's me, bro. I have many
Yes.
objections.
That's
I love
crazy.
it.
Insane.
It's like that performance. What's his name? That black girl who went on stage with what's his name? That yes,
Bro.
Omale.
You know, I got actually asked if like I would do that to somebody. I'm like, why would I? You know what? You're done.
Like
Why
on
would-
stage too, like with the random.
That's like actually crazy. I actually got caught in like 8K.
No,
not
like
even.
8K.
Like he was right there
like,
He was
watching.
right
Bro, he
there
probably bought the tickets
watching.
for her too.
Oh
He
my God.
did. That was what got me. It's like it's the fact. Like if he wasn't there, but even
Maybe
then he's still
fine,
gonna
it's
see
like-
it.
I really
It
don't
was
understand
everywhere.
why people do that, because really,
Yeah, you
what's the best case scenario? Do you really think that you're gonna have a relationship with this man now? Or are you really throwing away your entire, like, apparently they were together for like 7 years.
Yeah.
You're done.
Like, you're throwing away a 7-year relationship for what, at most, a one-night stand with this really popular artist?
Not even.
Not
It
even.
was just
It
a
was just on the
photo.
stage.
One
Yeah.
One
wine,
wine,
yeah.
that's it? You're willing to throw 7 years away for that?
That's
Makes
crazy.
0 sense to me.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
crazy.
true. How do you guys feel about hard truths?
Hard
Mhm.
truths? What does that mean?
Like the truth that hurts. Like you know how truth like
Yeah.
sometimes truth hurts.
Like if you're being a bad friend, I'll just tell you you're
I
being
love
a
that.
bad
I love
friend.
that.
I
love
support it.
that. I love
Yeah.
that.
No, I
Why
think,
do you
yeah.
support it?
I feel, why?
Yeah.
I feel like I talked a lot,
good.
actually. Tell you.
No, I'm saying like because some people are
all you.
just oblivious to what they're doing.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's I see every day I see people like hurting people and they just don't realize it.
Mhm.
And it's like right there. How are you not seeing what you're doing to this person?
Yeah.
So yes, hard truth is a must.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
If someone's being a bad friend, you're being a bad friend.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think it's a tippy toe topic because I think a lot of like okay, now we're at that age where
Mhm.
it's like okay, whatever. Like I feel like the friends I have in my life are gonna be the friends I have for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if you're being a little crazy or if you're being wrong in
Yeah,
a
she's like,
situation, I'll tell you.
"Hey."
Like, you know, maybe that wasn't actually the best thing to say. But but like maybe in high school, like if someone were to ask me hard truths, I'd be like, why would I get involved?
that
Mhm.
high
Like, you
school
know?
was harder to give
Yeah.
like hard truths.
Oh,
Also because people
100%.
were took things so
High school,
offensively.
Yeah.
People took everything
I was honestly the
offensively.
loner. I wasn't
Oh
really talking to
yeah,
anybody.
you didn't talk to
Mm.
no one
I
like
talked to
that.
no. I was like, fuck all y'all niggas.
I was a
swear to
people
God.
pleaser, so I didn't really do that. You know, I didn't really like when someone was being like a dickhead. I didn't say shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
It
feel
was
like
harder to
everyone's
do
like that in
that,
high school.
though.
It's like you just wanna
Mhm.
keep your head down, keep pushing. You don't want to pick a side. But
Also, people are assholes in high
Oh,
school.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Assholes. Like the bullying is ridiculous.
Some
Not
people
even
just
the
never grow
behavior.
out of it.
Students, But the teachers too.
Yes.
I swear to God.
yeah.
I swear to God.
No
They're
facts.
awful. The
I hate
teachers
them.
enabled the racism, enabled every type
Yeah.
of
Guidance
Guys,
counselors.
hatred.
when
The
I was in-
guidance.
Guys, when I was in 8th grade, my teacher
That's sick.
sat us all down and they were like, she was like, oh, I just didn't like the fact that you guys said, and I'm gonna say it, guys. Nig.
Oh
I was like,
my God.
everybody's
Was it
No.
the English teacher?
No, it was a fucking art teacher. My
Oh.
nigga. Fucking like, go home. You're too old.
That's
Go home.
not the
It's
amount
always
of
those type of
speeches.
teachers.
No.
We literally got a whole like what's it called in English? You know when everybody comes, like, hey guys, the 8th and 9th graders come to the
The
like
assembly?
gym. Yeah, assembly.
Mm.
It's so
Yeah.
stupid,
You
bro.
forgot the word assembly?
About shut
Well,
up.
we're French. We're
About
French.
the-
We're French. We're
yeah,
French.
About the N word. Literally, they want to hold the N word and durag.
Was this at Map?
Durex.
Yes.
Durex?
Yes, they had a whole meeting.
Oh
where they
yeah,
were
no, that was a
guys,
thing at Big D
it's
too.
just, it's just not appropriate.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It was about, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking? It's like, oh, it's giving like gang, like.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. You weren't allowed to wear bandanas. You weren't allowed to wear do-rags.
You weren't
Yeah,
allowed to wear any like head like scarf. Like
yeah.
it was nothing
Teachers
on
are
your
scared of
head.
kids,
Nothing
guys,
on your
let me tell
heads.
you.
Nothing on your heads.
For my
Yeah.
school was during Black History Month. We did our little Black History Month
Oh, yeah.
show. Our principal, after like our little dance, he came up on the stage and he was just like, just saying, guys, like the attire that is seen on the stage is not appropriate for school. And it was literally like just streetwear. Like,
Oh, it's great.
Okay, once everyone settles down, we're gonna reintroduce the topics. The boys
Yes.
are leaving, so thank you guys for putting your input in today's pod.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's really in her thoughts only.
Oh my gosh, now it's because there's no men.
Now
But
it's
now I can actually just say whatever the fuck I want.
Exactly.
Perfect.
shit talker.
I'm actually
So,
a shit talker, guys.
we
I
were
can't lie
actually
to you.
talking about like what's it called? You know, like the school year and everything. Not the school year, but like this year. Oh,
My
Savannah.
nail broke. Look, it's on the ground. Being a girl is so hard.
Are these your glasses?
Yeah, these are mine.
In her
But
thoughts.
they're fake. They're fake.
I was like, wait.
They're fake.
Okay, so
Oh.
first, this is Savannah.
Can I wear them?
Savannah, welcome to Inner Thoughts.
OMG, thank you.
This water bottle
Ah!
out. This is so chaotic.
Okay, let's just
No brand deal.
Yeah,
brand deal for real.
No brand deal.
please Stanley sponsor us so we can get like 100. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Y'all are
Okay.
sharing this
Wait,
so-
let me
So, Savannah, you weren't here, but we were literally talking about hard truths 2 seconds ago and how that's an in.
yeah.
Hard truths were an in this year.
Yeah.
was in for
You know?
2024.
Like let's be more like
Honest.
with everyone, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Is that all you have to say?
No, I think people
or
really lack
just
hard
utter
truths.
ins, like utter ins.
I mean,
Yeah,
did you
was
have
there-
any other ins
Yeah.
for this year?
Yeah, I actually made a list.
Oh.
Yes,
Like
pull
at
it
the start of
out.
the year. I'll see like my whole progression.
Yeah, that's what the pod is literally about, but we were just going off my list. So
Okay.
this will be nice that we have someone else's list.
Sorry, this may take a second. Oh yes, 2024 ins and outs.
Yes.
I did this
Exactly
with
the
my
same
cousin.
format. That's kind of crazy.
This is my first time even hearing about ins and outs for this
Oh,
year.
it's so good.
Yeah.
it's
I
so good.
said be intentional about God every day. I always am intentional
Sorry.
about God.
It's kind
I
of
just-
crazy.
She
No,
has to-
but why is she laughing?
No, it's just because she went,
I obviously God is like literally like my everything and stuff, but I need to just like actually read the word. So I honestly haven't really been doing that, to be honest. Pray and read the Bible every day. I have the Bible app, so I read that every day.
Slay.
Period.
You know? Yeah. Do shadow work.
Mm,
I literally do that sometimes. Well, it's
shadow work. Okay,
like
describe it the way
yeah.
you're thinking about it, and then I can describe how I'm thinking about
It's
it.
like
the
your
same thing.
deepest like almost like traumas or just things that
Yeah.
like how do you say like trigger you, and then
Yeah.
you like write down and you're
Yeah.
like, why does this trigger me for real though?
Yeah.
And then you just write about it.
Yeah,
basically.
it's like a prompt could be like, what's your biggest fear, or how do you feel about being rejected? And it's like really simple prompts like that, and you just write about it. But because you're not telling anyone about it, you're just journaling about it. So much comes out. Like I've cried before doing shadow work, and a lot of shadow work like actually heals your inner child because it's stuff that you don't talk about with anyone. And if you don't have a therapist, shadow work is like an amazing thing to do by yourself, and you can find prompts online on like Pinterest even. But yeah,
Literally,
it's super easy. You just get to be raw and vulnerable with yourself, and you get to probably learn more about yourself than you would without
Yeah.
journaling and doing shadow work.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's
Big plus on that one.
yes,
Big
literally
plus on
big
that
on
one.
shadow work. Then go to therapy. I start my first therapy session this Thursday. Yes, I'm finally like getting the help that I need for real.
Like from the place?
Yeah.
Period.
Ife recommended like this like black therapist for me, and she's a woman too, and she's super sweet and nice. So I really am excited about that journey because I did go to therapy at this school, but it was like a 6-year-old white woman who like I really could not relate to at all. Like she was like on death's door, to be honest, and I was just telling her all this trauma, and she was just like, okay. Like, you know, so I'm really glad I'll have someone more relatable,
No,
younger.
yeah, because that's kind of
'Cause,
crazy.
yeah, heavy on younger, because that shit was just
Like,
weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was really strange. Be very organized. So I struggle with this a lot. I struggle with
The
this. a lot.
shade.
No, but like
No,
for
it's just
everybody,
like
though,
shade.
like
It's true. That's something I still need to work on.
you.
Yeah.
What, me being organized?
Organized.
It's actually I can be organized when I want because I feel like low key it's undiagnosed, but low key I have OCD. It's like I need some things to actually be clean in a certain order, or else I literally cannot actually function. I literally can't do anything. So basically, yes, I have to be organized, or else my world's literally crashing down. I'm sorry.
And that's valid because it's like a clean space helps you have a clear mind.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah.
Dirty
I
space,
agree.
I hate.
Yeah.
One thing I hate is a dirty space. Like, even if I'm not even sleeping in my own room, I'll make sure that shit's clean because it's like
Period.
I can't like I legit no, I just can't.
I said
When
that.
depression
but-
hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say ADHD. Like, having a clean environment is really hard.
It really is.
Let's see. Travel so much more.
Did you?
I actually did.
Yes.
So I was feeling really good. I visited like my family in South Africa that I hadn't seen in like 5 years at least.
That's really fun.
Yeah, so that was really good. And it was good going back to like just the continent of Africa in general, to be honest, because I used to go every other year, but after COVID, I didn't do that anymore. So it felt good because I felt more connected to like back home, even though I wasn't like in Kenya, but there was a lot of like Swahili speaking people in South Africa, surprisingly. So it just felt good being
Yeah.
with my extended family, to be honest.
That's slay.
Yeah, and then I visited my best friend in Spain too, in
I wanna go to
October,
Spain.
and it was so fun. And it was just like, damn, like sometimes the city may not be for you. Like if you travel more, you realize you can really thrive and do amazing things, just not in Ottawa,
Real.
because we're all such baddies. But it's just like sometimes Ottawa can stunt your growth. You
No,
know?
Yeah,
Ottawa
I
stunts your
agree.
growth.
Like
I
let's be
agree.
real, bro.
Ottawa stunts your growth. I was talking about this in the bus with my friend, but we were talking about how like white girls don't have to like don't have to really fight for like attraction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like us, like when it comes to like dating in Ottawa or like just life in Ottawa, it's like, guys, like there has to be more for us out there, but like there's actually a lot more for us out there because it's a lot less for us that's like here subscribed for us is
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
subscribed for white girls.
Yeah.
Like the way white girls like back, I remember like especially middle school and high school and like elementary school, the way that y'all got boyfriends and like
Yeah.
like
I never
Even
understood.
to
Like,
this day,
bro,
now,
to
even
this day.
Guys, I
To
had a
this
boyfriend
day.
every other week in
How?
elementary and high school. Like,
to back to back to back to back to back. And I'm just
Yo.
like,
Where's the
what
break?
is
Like,
going
where's the
on?
it was. I'm actually
So,
strictly
like,
monogamous.
guys, like when I'm like, this Canada,
Thank
Ottawa is
you.
just not subscribed
It's
for us.
not,
Like it's
it's
not for
not.
us to subscribe
Bunch
to.
of
Like,
hoes and tricks. I swear to
Like-
God.
I know, and they ain't even cute for real.
They're not, and they're not.
and then there are also like little bunny hoppers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
There's-
I can name a few.
We can name a
Oh,
few
we could
together.
all.
I
name a
feel like
few.
there's actually just something with that though, because even like you were saying, like I know, okay, I don't want to like throw. I don't want to like throw
You don't
some
need to
shade.
name out.
But just like from knowing Aoife, I feel like a lot of not just black men, but a lot of like cultural men who have like cultural backgrounds don't want to date women in their culture. And I feel like I think that's why Ottawa is such a big problem because like majority of people who are here are either white or like ethnic. So
Yes.
it's like if y'all
Yes.
don't even want to go for like ethnicity, they just go for the white bitches.
Yes.
And I feel like that's
And
such
they
a
can look
problem.
mediocre as fuck.
Yes.
Like, they
Yes.
can, like you're not
lie.
even cute, my dear.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
That's the thing. And it's like, at
Respectfully.
least if we're gonna go for like,
Yeah.
at least just be logical. You know what I mean? Because it's like if I'm seeing you in the grocery store and I look at you with a white girl, pregnant and all, you're all trapped and shit like that, and I'm looking at you with a side eye.
You know the guilty one with the black
Yes.
man have the white girlfriend and they look at you
Biggest
and you're
side
just
eye
like,
ever.
oh.
They look. I don't.
Like they're
why are you
ashamed.
looking
Why
at
are you
me?
mad? That's
Why are
your
you?
babe.
That's your
That's-
babe.
Maybe
It's not
you're
even
That's
bad
your
at
babe.
laying
It's
there.
not even that I give them the biggest side eye because I'm like, bitch, I know you're embarrassed, and they're trying not to look at me. It's like, bitch, you're actually done for. No,
And then you're
call
looking
Dr.
at the
Omar.
floor.
No, that has happened to me before. I'm just walking, minding my
That's
business. I
weird.
just see a man staring at me. Like, why are you scared? It's
And why
okay.
they always
Hold
at
your
Walmart?
white girl's hand.
Yeah.
Always.
Just hold, like clutching this white girl. I'm like, it's okay. I'm not gonna steal her from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like,
okay.
please.
It's okay.
Please.
And white girls don't want white boys.
Like,
Let's be real.
Not anymore.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
No.
Tables have
No.
turned.
Yeah.
Because why this one girl? We were talking about this girl. All her
What's her
exes is I don't know. She's like this
she
redhead.
said it's just. Oh,
In your grade?
she white.
Yeah.
Oh.
All her exes are black.
Oh.
Yeah. When I heard that, I said that's concerning. That's a
No
fetish.
shade, but that is
that
concerning.
is a fetish.
Nigga, I saw
I'm
it
sorry
in
for
4K.
white and all
That
your.
shit was so stupid.
That's a fetish, bro. It's
That
a
shit-
fetish. fetish.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a fetish.
We all know somebody
Yeah.
else who got a fetish.
Fetish.
Yeah.
We all know somebody else who got a fetish.
Or
But,
maybe even guys who like, you know, who like pretend to like not be the ethnicity that they're not. I feel like that's really fucking strange. I feel like it's giving blackfishing. And you know what? We need to actually address this because when did
my
this?
nigga,
Yeah,
love
why?
yourself.
Why?
Love yours, my nigga.
Love yours.
bro. I swear to God, it's
They
actually
be getting
okay.
tattoos of love yours, but you don't even love your own ethnicity. You know, actually love your own culture. Like,
it's actually okay. It's really
really
okay.
fine.
No,
It's
be
really
yourself.
fine.
Actually,
No,
be
actually
yourself. I'm
be
sick and
yourself.
tired of it.
Be
I'm sick and
yourself.
tired of it.
we're tired.
And then
Yeah.
Black
after,
women are
when
tired.
black people
We're all
bring it
tired.
up, when black women bring up, you guys are appropriating, literally just cosplaying us. It's guys.
It's
stop.
weird.
Alabama Barker.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Why do you need a 50-inch bust down when your natural hair is the same shit? Like, can
It's-
you actually?
Isn't she
can
like
you be
18
lost?
too?
Yeah,
Like,
she's hella
like
young.
you're gonna regret
Oh,
this.
rapping?
You're gonna regret this.
Did you
I
guys?
remember
Guys,
that.
you don't talk
down.
like that.
Put the
You
mic
don't talk
down.
like that. You don't
Should've
talk
been
like
the
like
black
that.
scent. The
You
black
don't-
scent. She
You
has.
don't talk like that. You
You're
don't
like the
talk
white
like that.
caucuses of the white, bro.
You
Like, you're
hear how the
not
dad
real.
talks?
Yeah,
You
even
hear
Travis
how-
Barker, he's like a rock star. Like,
Yeah.
a
a
pop,
drummer.
You know,
You're
like,
cooked.
like heavy metal.
You're
Like,
cooked,
what?
bro. You're cooked. I swear to God, you're cooked.
You're
She
cooked.
said heavy metal.
You're cooked.
Like, that's the whitest
And
of
he's
the white.
bald,
To be
too.
honest.
Yeah,
on his
he's
head?
bald. Yeah, bald.
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 That's a
That's the
white
whitest
rich
shit you
man.
could actually
Oh
ever,
my
like,
gosh.
that's so, no.
She really irks me.
So I'm just
And
questioning
then
where all went
her,
wrong.
she gets so confused when people call her out for blackfishing, and
Yeah.
other people really piss me off. And they're like, guys, she's not even doing that much. I'm like, this is the
But
new
also-
blackfishing though.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
how it looks
Yeah.
like.
Also,
She don't
guys-
need to blackface a
Yeah.
blackfish.
But also, think about it. Is she
Her behave her?
blackfishing, or is she just copying the Kardashian family of what they're
Hey.
doing?
Ooh.
Because,
But
like,
the Kardashian family was
They-
blackfishing
bitch,
too.
they're black.
Yeah,
They've been
they were
black
for a
Yeah,
long
like
time.
so
actually
even
But
if
now
they're
they're
copying
done,
them,
now
they're
they're
copying
done,
the
now they're
Kardashians.
They're not done apparently. They're
Now they're
They're
now
gonna
they're strictly
go
our
for it.
minions.
No,
Yeah.
because my
Yeah.
sister. Oh my god, my sister has this pure hatred for Kim Kardashian. Like,
No, Kim is
literal
actually the worst.
Pure hatred for that woman, especially. 'cause
We're
she
gonna
wants
get from
to
like
call
a cease and
herself-
desist from her, like when
she
this
wants to
podcast
call
goes.
herself a lawyer, but the bitch isn't a lawyer.
She's not.
She's
studied
not
for one
a
She's
day, bro.
not.
No,
Study for a
and not
few
just that.
hours.
I'm like, you're greedy and you want money. Because
Yeah.
if you actually wanted to become a lawyer, you could have taken the time off and I don't
Yeah.
know, study.
And
it's been 7 years.
first of
and you're
all,
still not a.
She doesn't even
7
do
years.
actual real things as a lawyer. She does things that like and
Because
literally.
she's not a lawyer because she didn't
No, but
pass
that's what
the
I mean.
test.
But she could. She's
She
doing
didn't pass it.
literally everything that an activist just does. It's like, okay, babe, you're an activist.
not a
You're not a
There's
lawyer.
difference.
Like, I don't know why we're giving her any type of credibility.
Or just say you're a legal activist.
She's like, she has
Like, call yourself what you
no
are.
credibility. Like,
Literally.
she's literally like,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Because you visiting the Menendez
And they
brother
probably
after
don't,
the
like,
show doesn't mean
is she actually
shit.
She
smart?
did.
I feel
Yeah.
like because
It's
the
because
way,
she's Kim Kardashian. That's
well,
why.
duh, exactly.
Like,
Because
You
what?
can't, you
People are
can't pay
acting
your
as
way
if-
through the bar, girl.
Yes.
You can't pay your way through the
Because
bar.
the way that she was raised, it's like even if she does something that like her family or like she's not supposed to do, basically she's gonna get praised for that like 10 times fold. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, you see her pick up a pencil, good job, good job, good job. Like, girl, like you're done, like you're done.
My daddy was a lawyer, so I really wanted to be a
a
lawyer
lawyer.
in memory of
You
him.
could have
Girl,
done
shut
that
the
a long
fuck up.
time ago. And not just that, I'm like, Kimberly, are you smart?
Yeah. No.
I don't think it's
Because-
up there in the noggin.
No, I think
I'm
they're
thinking-
actually smart because hear me out. They did everything so strategically to
Yeah.
get that rich.
But
like,
Chris,
let's be real.
no, not
Chris,
Chris.
yeah,
Not
Chris.
But not strategically, like Chris.
They're
did it
nepo
strategically.
babies.
Yeah.
Tom, they're nepo
Oh, yeah,
babies.
that's
Their
true.
father was a famous lawyer who hung out with all the famous people and
Yeah.
always backing up.
OJ case, hello.
OJ case, and not
That
just
made them the fortune
Kim
alone.
Kardashian's tape, guys.
Yeah.
Then the show came from it. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
This whole idea that like celebrities work so much or like are hard, it actually pisses me off because you have people in your circle that literally organize your schedule for you, that
Yeah.
create a calendar for you. Like
Yeah.
you have all these things to do, but it's literally all organized. But do you know how much my life would go so much like how
Yeah.
much my brain would appreciate that something would be just organized for me all the time. I don't have to do it myself. I literally have somebody on my team to do that for me.
Oh yeah.
Like
that
you're
was-
acting as if your life is that difficult, but you actually have
Yeah.
all the resources at your fingers. I'm confused by you. Like especially her. Like I'm just like I don't understand. Rich people really piss me off when I'm like oh everything's so hard. Shut up.
Yeah.
Nothing's
It's like you
hard for
actually
you.
like chose to live this life. I get it's possibly overwhelming. Most likely overwhelming. You're always in the critic's
Yeah.
eye. Like, that I understand. It's like, okay.
But I think so too that like that's a different level like for them. For them,
Yeah.
this is their level of like this is hard.
Yeah.
If I did that, I'm like my level of this is hard is not your level of this
No,
is
yeah.
hard.
I think, obviously, there's different levels of what a hard job is.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't tell someone their job isn't hard because you never did their fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's like, money is freedom. Like, money is freedom, guys. Like, if
Money
you
is
tell me
liberty,
your life
money
is
is
hard, you're
freedom.
acting as if you can't quit tomorrow and you won't be set for life.
Like,
Like, you know, it's like you're actively choosing to live this
But
way.
that's what I mean. Kim Kardashian could have taken a year, like
Yeah.
her whole thing in the TV show. I next time remember this. She's like, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm crashing out. I'm like, you could actually take time off.
It's like
And
Kendall's
you
actually
choose-
almost never in the
and
show.
you choose not to
Yeah.
take time off, but
Mhm.
you can actually afford to take time
Mhm.
off.
Mhm.
But you want.
It's like you
greed,
actually
you want
build
money,
your
you want
entire
greed,
schedule.
greedy.
If you don't want to do a shoot,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
doing
I
it.
think it's maybe I think it's like, we have to look deeper. Maybe it's because they want to feel like they want a purpose in this life. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why. But that's why it's like a little bit messy to say that like, what's it called? Like, how do I say this? That's why I find it messy whenever like remember when Kim did her whole thing where it's like get up and work, get your ass up and work, and it's just like I don't. It's so hard for me to like look at celebrities and think and look at them as like hardworking people either way because it's like how is this deemed as hardworking? Like I don't know. It feels
Yeah.
so like strange to say that and like
Mhm.
maybe to them they are struggling but at the same time in your TV show I see all of the like forms of care you can have
Yeah.
to release
Literally.
this anxiety. So
Yeah.
like at a certain point you're kind of doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're kind of doing, especially the type of work that she does, and like she's always saying, "I'm going to shoots, I'm going this, I'm going that." You can literally take the time off, babes,
Mhm.
and focus.
They're
on your
probably reaching for
children.
empathy too. Like,
No, but
they know
it
an entire
is.
generation hates
It
her, so she's reaching to
is.
the younger generation saying,
And
"Oh my
we're
god, my life
super,
is
like,
so
mentally,
hard."
like,
Yeah.
everybody talks about mental health in our generation. but,
Yeah.
like, we're gonna touch them on that place.
Most likely.
Why am I seeing Kim Kardashian cry so much in these new seasons? Like,
No, for
we never
real.
cried this much.
Yeah, it was more fun before, you know.
It was like it was like crying
just
about
dark,
stupid
but-
stuff.
We get it. You're a single mom.
Now it's
But,
giving
like,
sympathy.
It's not our
art.
fault. Your
Oh,
husband's a
that's-
cuckoo head. Like he's
Oh my
actually
god,
weird.
no,
Yeah.
he actually kind of like kind of
Like,
trippy.
Like
Poor
sorry, I don't.
Kanye.
Poor him. Like
I
sorry,
feel like
bad.
I think-
he is a decoy.
For what?
You guys see that?
Yeah, you look different, right? You see how he looks so different?
It's not even that, bro. Did you see that one video? This nigga was like smoking on gas, like actual
Wait,
like nitrogen gas,
what?
like that drug where like you actually should not take at all, or else because like you actually died like that second.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Who did this?
Kanye.
Kanye, of course.
Is it Whippets?
I think it's whipped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it
that
like,
shit.
Yeah.
you
Did
smoke
it? What's
straight
his
from the
face do
tank or
that?
something?
Yeah, straight from like
From
Yes.
Like,
what's his show? His
Yes.
stupid ass
no,
show.
No. I
That's
mean,
so
you used to work with
sad.
him.
Like that's why he's probably stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
I won't name drop,
What
but
can we do,
he
bro?
probably has.
Yeah, I thought you told me that he did.
He
like-
probably has. Yeah. I don't want to confirm for legal reasons.
No, because
It's looking right now. Somebody who did like.
Yeah, we don't want no slander.
Oh my
Like, we don't want
The
no
whippets.
slander charges.
But like
Yeah,
one thing I
yeah.
should be also in 20 out.
What's an
Oh,
out?
yeah.
Out.
Out
What's
in
an
2024.
out?
Well, we just said blackfishing's an out.
Yeah.
That's an out.
That's just a
Celebrities
That's embarrassing.
constantly
Everybody
calling
knows.
like celebrities always putting their like jobs as like a higher like
Mm-hmm.
this is super hard
Can
and
I
like
say
kind of
out?
ignoring
Wait.
other people's like
Are you saying one
views.
right now? Sorry,
No,
my
go,
bad.
go, go.
Bro, can we out spinning back on your exes after you fucked them over?
Oh my god, that was one of my outs.
Wait, elaborate,
Except getting
elaborate.
Back.
Bro,
Spinning back like your ex spinning back to you after the ex did you wrong like them
them wronging.
Oh
you.
yeah,
like
yeah.
imagine
yeah,
an ex
yeah,
following
yeah.
you back out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's what happened to me actually.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Bro, my ex literally followed me I think 2 days ago, after like 3 years, and I'm like,
Evil ex.
evil ex. Imagine evil. Like she's actually insane evil. Like she's insane evil to the point where like she'll break up with you, block you, unblock you, then follow you. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm confused. Why are you following me? After
You heard it.
3 years.
Unfollow her.
You
Stop
cheated,
following
like,
her.
dude, like, you're weird.
Just stop.
Why'd she trying to spin the block again, bro? Like,
And you
That's my
cheated
question.
too.
And
Yeah.
you cheated too, so it's like, I don't know what to tell you.
No,
Like,
cheaters are the worst
they're
at
the
that.
worst. I'm
They
like,
will cheat on you, wreck your entire life,
ruin
and
my
then
life.
literally come back
Yes.
2 years later acting they did nothing.
Oh my god. I literally tweeted that yesterday. I was like, I literally tweeted that shit. I was like, niggas will literally ruin your life and then follow you on Instagram. Like, what are we actually talking
No,
about right
Like
now?
you're
Dead ass.
psycho.
What are we
No,
talking
that's
about?
definitely an
You're
out.
Like,
psycho.
You're insane.
Yeah.
You're literally insane. Like, that's how I know you just been blocked because you broke up with your ex. Like, get out of here.
Yup.
You're done.
Amen.
Who do you think I am?
Amen.
Who do you think I am? Like, get out of here. Like,
Yep.
you're
You're not
done.
the one.
I'm not the one.
Not the
It's
one,
especially
not
when they
the
break
one.
up with their
Literally.
new girl or something.
Literally.
They're
But that's
like,
just embarrassing though,
hey.
because it's like, why are you like going out of your way to follow someone that you did so dirty?
Like,
Because
for
they're
fun.
lonely. You know, men cheat because they don't know what to do with themselves.
What's his face did that
gag
to
is,
you?
it's not a man.
That's even worse.
Can you imagine?
That's even worse.
Because it's like, you're so
She did that
weird.
out of spite. She did
Oh,
that.
yeah,
she did that to
yeah,
hurt
yeah,
you
yeah,
for
yeah.
real.
What?
That has happened to me as well.
I said the person's name. I was like, let me not like.
Oh, hurts?
Yeah, to her.
You know who she is?
No, not
Oh,
the
no.
girl.
But
No.
like, even just like, also like, how do you say? We should also like not normalize like letting people come back into our
Mhm.
lives after they've done us so dirty and disgusting.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I feel like there should be one,
The
and you're
things?
done, and you just never look back.
Hey, the
Yeah.
things y'all
Like-
be allowing some men to do to y'all is kind of crazy.
Never look
Yeah, I
back.
agree.
Like, I'm not talking about like things like
insane.
in the moment, but like after the fact, like you have an out, take that out, please. Because then afterwards, it's very hard for me to like sympathize with you if you're over here being a bird.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I don't like women who are like that. Like, I saw this person. Stop. She said caca. I think I said bird. I saw this person on TikTok yesterday basically like defending her husband for following 13-year-olds. Like,
What?
yes.
Excuse
What?
It's like you're
What?
trying
Yo,
to
that's
like
a
catch
case.
my
TikTok about the
husband.
girl?
Oh. Yeah, you try to get you're trying to get my husband, like you're trying to like
That's illness. That's actual
villainize
mental
him,
illness.
blah, blah,
There's
blah. And I
something
was
wrong
like,
with that.
Oh,
That's
my
crazy.
love, like your husband is following multiple 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, like that's not
wouldn't say why
normal.
with me
Like
at
why
all.
why is your husband? And no, she's like, oh well, it's his For You page. I'm like, well, why is your husband's For You page
full of
directed,
kids.
like to him as if he's a 14-year-old boy?
That's
like what's
weird.
going on? That's bizarre. But also, it made me think she brought it up. But like of that woman who just found out that her daughter who's 2 years old and that her daughter who's 4 years old was being RAPD
Oh my god.
by the husband.
I think I saw
Did y'all
Yeah.
see that on
So
TikTok?
basically,
Oh my god, yeah, I saw
so
that.
basically the mother, like a week ago, she posted on YouTube a video, and it was just her saying that like, oh guys, my world is falling apart. I found out that my husband was doing this to my children. Basically, like she was changing her daughter's diaper and realized that there was marks on her body and was like, who did this to you? And the daughter was like, daddy did, right? And then afterwards, she got her kid to get out of the house and everything.
Mhm.
But my thing is with that, and what didn't make sense to me is like, one, later on you hear that like he had assaulted her 4 times before they even got married, and mind you, they got married a week within knowing each other
Oh my God.
because she moved
Yeah,
out
I
of her
heard about
place.
this.
She was getting kicked out of her place by the last person she was with,
Mhm.
right? And this person was like, you gotta leave. And then she was like, well, I need somewhere to stay with my sons. And then the guy was like, well, you can stay here, but you can only stay here if you get married to me. If, like, you know, we're married. Bitch, who the fuck agrees to that? Like, you have children. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're not allowed
Yeah.
to make these type of mistakes when
Yeah.
you have kids.
And they're
Yeah.
so young,
Especially
too,
kids. And my
so
thing, and then so you
impressionable,
had 2 boys, and then afterwards you gave this man 2 little girls to abuse. That's literally what happened.
No, that's insane.
That's literally what happened. And I didn't understand how it made sense that like you realize now that your daughters are being abused. That don't make sense. So you just changed your daughter's diapers now? Like you haven't changed your 4-year-old's daughter diapers for 4 years? Like
Bruh.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
actually
How does that make
devastating.
sense?
signs like a dark aura, like there's actually things
no,
like
it,
women
Yeah.
have
it
intuition.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know
That you
why?
can
Because
pick
her
up
whole
on.
YouTube channel was how to become a trophy wife, how to get a
Mm.
man like mine. You're just you didn't
A
want it
man
to
like
be true.
yours.
You didn't want it to be
She
true
was
because there's
making videos
no
like that?
yes
Yeah,
trophy
like her
wife
ad was
like how to
trophy
get
wife.
yes
Little did she know.
like you were
Brother.
like You're so focused on being a wife, you weren't focused
Yeah.
enough on being a freaking mother. Like,
That's disgusting.
all you had to do was be a mother in that moment. I just don't understand that. Like, there's no way you didn't know. Like, that was the first time you saw marks. That was the
Yeah.
first time you saw signs of abuse on a baby.
But also, like, you're responsible for that too. Like, you decide to
You
give this
are.
man children.
I'm sorry.
for
I
sure.
see people.
Like, you know.
I see people change their kids. Like, am I easily like? What are you telling me? We're gonna bleep that. What are you telling me? Like,
Yeah.
Amaya, just the name.
Yeah.
But like, you're gonna like. What are you telling me? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it's actually like that's why sometimes when situations like this happen, it's like it's like you don't want to victimize the woman all the time, right? So you're like, like I feel bad because she's in this situation, but at the same time, it's like, girl, if he was assaulting you before
That's what
and you chose to
put
have
your child.
you put your children in this situation, that is
It's child
disgusting
neglect.
as a mother that you did
It's
that.
child neglect.
Yeah.
It's child
100%
endangerment.
sure.
Also, like, marrying
Child
someone
endangerment
after
and
a
it's
week,
child
you don't
neglect.
even, like,
Yeah.
care.
You don't know them.
Like,
Your child
you
should
know.
not
A
even be
week?
introduced to anybody
Yeah.
that you're
That's
dating after like at
crazy.
Yeah.
least 3 months.
No.
After at least 3 months or something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think that your children need to know who you're dating unless he's actually like for real staying.
Yeah.
Because why are you putting your kids through that?
That just shows how desperate you wanted to get married. First off, like it just
Mhm.
that's just weird. A week, bro. You barely know the guy's favorite color. Like
Yeah.
that's-
But there was
I think
also like
society enforces that.
there's
though.
also this trend on TikTok where I saw a bunch of moms being like, "Oh, I'm the only one who changes my children's diapers," and I'm like, "Okay, Slay," but at the same time, it's like, do you not trust your husband? Like,
that's
do you
weird.
do you
That's
not trust the men
concerning.
in your life?
That's
Like, that's
concerning.
crazy. If I'm like, God forbid, I'm put in a situation where I cannot have someone in my life change my daughter's
You're
diapers,
not gonna be.
there's
in
a
my life.
problem, and you won't be in my life.
Yeah.
'Cause
like-
why are you there if you can't? That's weird.
Like, why are we normalizing this on social media? I'm the only one changing my like.
millennials?
It's just like, guys,
Yeah,
you
fuck
have a
millennials.
problem.
Millennials are so
Also,
annoying.
it's honestly not also millennials. I feel like that is also so common in like
Gen X.
African cultures, especially in
Mm.
mine, because it's like they want the women to do all of the like nurturing things and things like
Everything.
that, and the man should do whatever they like the hard, I guess, the hard working, the actual physical work or some shit. But it's like they think like it's like, how do I say this in English? Like it's like inappropriate. There you go. To like for somebody, especially if that's a daughter, like to like for him to like clean it, which I never get, honestly. Like if I get married, obviously my husband don't change that. I
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I never cared. But it's like it was always so weird to me. It's like we're letting men actually have like the patriarchy has always been here. So it's like the way we're actually like letting this shit happen, actually like
Yeah.
we're normalizing this shit is crazy. Like
Yeah, it's
damn.
exactly. It's like,
It's
let's
just
just
weird.
normalize the fact that men will do absolutely nothing to help raise the
Yeah.
kid further than what it actually
The
already
way
is.
that patriarchy is culturally embedded
Yeah.
in African society.
And RAPE culture, like that's the
Sudan, like in Sudan, in what was it, Congo?
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
Like the way that RAPD is used as a like weapon of war
Yeah.
is scary.
It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Too bad.
It's literally fucked up. And also fuck
Not all the
Christopher
chairs.
Columbus as well. Yeah.
Fuck Christopher Columbus.
Sorry, that was so
Y'all heard it first. Here on the
Yes.
InHerThought.s
Yo, you
podcast.
guys
Fuck
fucking
Christopher
random.
Columbus.
Fuck
Caribbean to
Columbus.
this day, we still celebrate this dumbass man.
What?
Who
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
literally did kill
do.
people. We have Columbus
Yeah.
Day.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Columbus Day is in like a month from now. And then even when I was
Disgusting.
in Spain visiting my friend, there was the biggest fucking statue of Christopher Columbus. Oh,
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus I ever seen.
There was a statue.
Yes, it's huge.
Oh my gosh.
It's huge.
Italy. In Italy, they still have a statue of
Christopher.
slaves.
Oh,
That's crazy. Where? Do you know where in Italy?
No.
Oh.
Actually,
Okay, let's do like a few other outs before our time is
ooh,
over.
out.
Okay, I have. It kind of goes in with some of my ins, but what I have out is saying what they need to hear. No, yeah, saying what they need to hear versus what they want to hear. And in tie with that, I have being peacekeepers. Like that's out. I'm not being no one's peacekeeper this year. If someone had beef with me, which didn't happen because my ins and outs list was just fire.
period.
It's like why am I? It's like, okay, during a fight, if I'm feeling how I'm feeling, I'm not gonna like quiet that down just to make you feel comfortable.
No, real.
Like that's another thing I have is like making people uncomfortable. Like make them uncomfortable. It is okay to be uncomfortable. If I'm making you uncomfortable, there's a reason, and you need to check that.
Mm-hmm.
You need to check why you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable by my reaction, valid. But at the same time, like what's making you so uncomfortable about it?
Yeah.
Check it. Check it.
Okay, for real.
I have an
Okay.
in.
Yes, what's
I
it?
wanted to. It's letting you believe that I'm the villain in any story.
Oh.
Honestly,
letting-
period.
Letting you believe whatever you want to believe in any story about me. Letting you perceive however you want to perceive me because I'm so secure within myself.
Yes.
Finding the love within yourself, like you really don't care. Literally, like you just don't care about anyone else's absence or presence or like them just leaving. It's like you're just so secure with yourself and like you just don't care what other people really think.
I really love that.
Yeah.
I really love that. I feel like everyone's a villain in someone's story.
Yeah.
It's like you could have
And
been
it's
the
okay,
most.
Like, what?
You could have been the most
Yeah.
like people pleaser in the situation, and someone would still find you the villain. And it's like,
Literally,
Yeah.
it's like, what can I
Problem.
do?
yeah,
Literally, I
No
feel like
matter what
also
you do.
like your life is not a punishment. So it's
Yes.
like why are we like trying to people please other people,
Mhm.
trying to like really change things about ourselves really, to really just please another person that has nothing to do with our lives. I'm confused.
At
Mhm.
You know
all.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's very common in college.
Like
Because especially like living on res, like that's why like low key I haven't gone to therapy. It's not really like big in the Caribbean, of course.
Mhm.
Like literally even back home, like my parents told me like don't go to therapy. Like
Yeah.
we're not
Parents
gonna
told me
waste
that
our
for a
money.
while.
And also because where I live is so small, like they're like people's gonna know your business.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the reasons why they didn't want me to go to therapy, and I was like, seriously? So sorry, parents. But anyways, I'm actually going to a good therapist, so I'm excited. But I agree, like more on like just like on what Mandek said is like so many people can say things about you that are just not even true
Yeah.
Mhm.
at all. Like
They're
first year,
lies.
especially when it's like 18-year-olds, like all out of COVID, everyone living on res, like I would hear shit that I was like, wow. So you really are just
Oh,
making
I
something
did
new
that?
every day.
I didn't know I
like
did that.
every day I would find something. And then
yeah, you can.
at some point you're just like, no, like, you know what? I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, say whatever you want. But
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
okay. The fuck?
It also comes to a point where it's like, if I hear people talking shit about me, I just start laughing because it's
Yeah.
like, what really makes you think I actually care? Because
Yeah.
you're really just sitting here talking about some shit about me when I'm really, bitch. Why talk some shit about me? I could really be like doing my face skincare. I could really
You
just
be coloring and shit.
yeah, like, coloring and shit. I'll be just doing some shit that I really like, and it's like you're just talking shit because
Yeah.
you just
You're
have
bored.
this perception of me.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm gonna let you run with it because I got better shit to do in my life. So it's like, but
Real.
you don't clearly. So honestly, I just like to look at that kind of art. Like
Mhm.
you're just obsessed.
You're
right?
just obsessed, yeah.
Yeah.
My sisters have told me multiple times, like, it's okay to be the villain in someone else's story.
I love
Like,
it.
Yeah.
It's okay to be the villain because honestly, feeling like that is like people already see you as a villain, even if you didn't do anything wrong. So like, see me as the
Yeah.
villain,
At this
actually.
point,
Yeah.
like,
And like, I've started to learn how like to not care more, but like, I used to like argue with people and not like end it. I like it was just. Even if I was right, I need to get to the point that they said I was right. You know what I mean? Like,
You'll
I
never get
needed
there.
them
You'll never
to
get
understand that I like
Yeah.
that you. I'm not saying this for no reason. Like you understand what I'm telling you. Like I'm
Yeah.
telling you this because it's bothering you. Why can't you understand what I'm telling you?
there. Yeah.
And like I need to learn that like sometimes people are actually not gonna understand what you're saying, even if you're being very clear about your words and your boundaries and what you need. So you have to be like, actually, I don't need this. Hang up the phone, whatever, block, and be done.
Yeah, but it also comes with like the other perception of if you're the villain in my story, like that's not gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could be the greatest person alive at one point in your life, and I'll be like, okay, like they've changed, but I still don't want to be friends with
I
this
don't
person
see
because
you.
you're still the villain in my
Yeah.
story. Like you still created trauma for me, and that doesn't. I think that's valid.
It is.
It's like, if you want to be the villain in my story and you want to prove to me so badly that you aren't, then like make your actions speak louder. Because what you did to me years ago, I still think about it, and you'll still be the villain in my story. So I don't know. Even though even though you can change your life and change whatever you want about yourself, if you did something to me, I'm still gonna think about you that way.
Yeah.
I also don't think people can change that quickly, especially if we're 20. Anybody I'm talking about is like from high school or like 2
me
years
too.
ago.
Yeah.
So
Me
I'm like,
too.
you're actually.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I'm sorry, I'm always proven right. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not proven wrong. I'm like, unfortunately,
I'm just right. Like,
unfortunately,
once I get
Yeah.
that hunch,
unfortunately,
It wraps.
like,
I just know.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
still act like that.
And it's not necessarily like a grudge either. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Like-
you know what? I'm not interested in
not interested in the
pursuing anything
calmest
with you.
way, in the calmest way,
Yeah.
really.
It's
Different
literally no
vibrations,
hate.
Like, different, like, really.
And honestly, I feel like people should just really, especially in this generation, they should really just accept the fact that like people sometimes they just don't want to be friends with you because it's like, oh, what the fuck I was saying.
Yeah, me too, sorry.
No, you're good.
No,
You're
it's
talking about
friendship,
literally
This is
four
bars on
villain,
bars.
ADHD, like
Villain.
Nah, bro. Sorry.
Mark.
Filling in our story, no grudge, no hate.
Yes, it's okay to not be friends. Like,
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go. It's okay to not be friends with anybody, honestly. Like, people, I feel like sometimes in this generation, they crave so much to be friends with everybody and actually just try to be like this accepted, cool fashion, some type of shit like that. But nigga, it's actually okay to just be yourself. It really is. In fact, I feel like it's even cooler. So,
Yeah.
like, this generation, I feel like they care too much about perception, and they need to stop. Like, they need to really stop and just honestly love yours, bro.
It's
Fully,
yeah.
truly, and just
Love yours.
really,
It'd be
like,
hard.
It's hard, bro.
It'd be hard, especially
shouldn't
when
be.
people, especially if you have a history of people constantly telling you that who you are is wrong, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what you like is wrong. Like it's hard to find joy in that self. So like, you just have to find your inner self again and like be proud of that
And support
and
yourself.
support your
It
inner
goes back to
self.
the first
It
end of the
goes back to
podcast.
yes.
yourself.
Support yourself.
It always goes back to the self. It
Yeah.
always goes back
Always.
to the self. Because nobody's gonna love you like yourself will. Like I'm sorry, like,
Exactly.
that's a fact. Nobody's gonna comfort or
Nobody
know how to
will.
comfort like yourself.
Or understand.
like
And I feel like also
everything.
people forget to the fact that like you yourself is also a somebody. Like you're also
Yeah.
a somebody.
You're a person.
Whenever somebody says, "Oh, there's nobody around," like nobody's here for me, bitch. I am. Like you're yourself. Like you literally yourself.
Yeah,
Dead ass.
I think of myself as like a
You're
younger
the-
me within me.
exactly.
I talk to myself like I'm a 5-year-old. I make sure I have empathy to myself, like how much I have empathy to my niece. Like I have to remind myself to be as kind to me as I am to my niece.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because the way I can be so unkind to myself is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you're talking to me like
And
if
you would
I'm
never
your worst
talk
enemy.
about
Like,
anybody like that.
yeah, to
except
your
it's
friends.
To yourself.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
what?
That shit
it's
needs to
weird.
stop.
Yeah, it
that
needs
needs to
to
stop.
get out.
Because then that will then impact how you allow other people to treat you. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
allow crap if you love yourself too much. You're like,
Yeah.
actually, I don't need this.
No.
Yeah.
I have actually people who around me who are actually good enough, and I am good enough,
Exactly.
so I don't need this energy.
I love that.
It's hard, but we're gonna do it, guys.
Just always be kind, guys.
Be
Please.
kind.
Just always be kind.
Be
Like,
kind.
there's nothing
I hate bullies.
Be
I
the
hate
intention
losers.
of being
I
kind.
hate
Yeah.
Just be kind.
losers.
Please.
The
hate
intention of what you
losers.
say and what you do means more than the action itself. So
Love yourself. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
And it's always projection. Like it's always people who are so mad that is just trying to tear like honestly kind people, like sweet people down. Just for fun. Just for fun.
Yeah.
Because they're so insecure in themselves.
Exactly.
So literally just remind like if someone like says something or whatever, like for reals, it's like
Who are
they're
you?
probably projecting.
Remind
They're
yourself who you are.
projecting.
Have a sense of self, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good ground, a good like standpoint to stand on, like
Yeah.
solid ground. Sorry, have a good
Yes.
solid ground, because that's important.
all right. Well, I think that's a good way to wrap up the
good podcast.
official first
Oh, are we getting a
podcast.
thumbnail?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
yes.
Okay, everyone post. Love.
Slick.
Yay.
Just to end, don't be a loser. We don't
Don't be
like
a loser.
losers.
Don't be a loser.
Being a
Love
loser is
yourself.
being a loser.
Be kind to others.
Be kind to others. Be a I can't say that. Be kind to under. Be a CUNT.
Be a baddie.
Hey.
Bye.
CUNT always. CUNTY.
Love you.
CUNTY.
Yes.